Hey guys, Nick from Sharp Goat, and I'm kind of busy right now, so I'll make this really quick. I've got to issue you the new challenge for this week. I'm busy here. We're actually working, getting set up for Ignite Guelph 3. I'll include a link to this in the description, but it's a series of really awesome talks. If you want to go check it out, it's like TED Talks, but faster, very fast. The talks are only 5 minutes long. Anyways, it's something I've been shooting for a while. Very fascinating. That's beside the point entirely. Oh, I got someone behind taking a meta shot. Hey. Oh, he's disappointed. Oh, I thought you thought I was gonna look better? No. Anyways, sorry, I've got to get you your challenge for this week. So we are rounding out the exposure triangle. Last week I had you working on isolation by working on picking your, well, among other techniques, using the aperture, selecting the proper aperture to isolate your subject in the photo. That meant that the smaller the f-stop, like f2.8 or f4, gave you a shallower depth of field, isolated the subject. If you wanted to crank that up to f22 to close your shutter up, then close your aperture up, then you get less light, but you have more of the picture in sharp focus. So we were looking at the differences between the two. We saw an amazing round of submissions. Please go over and check the gallery, look at the video critiques. They're fascinating, awesome. I'm super proud of everybody who's been in the challenge so far and the pictures that they've taken. Just after 3 weeks, it's been phenomenally awesome. Phenomenally awesome. So very quickly to give you your, oh, you're good. Very quickly to give you your fourth challenge for this week. Sorry it's a day late, but God, I've been having to put out so many of these videos. It's been great. It's been keeping me busy. So your fourth challenge this week, we're going to round out the exposure triangle and we're going to focus on shutter, picking the right shutter speed. So once you get through, after last week and this week, you'll be very much close to being fully comfortable in full manual mode because you'll be able to select your shutter speed for the subject that you're shooting appropriately. What I mean is this: if you're trying to freeze action, let's say you're trying to take sports shots at a football game, if you pick a slow shutter speed, the action is going to come out blurred. That may be what you want. Normally it's not. You want to pick a fast shutter speed, like 1/250 or something faster than that, so that you can freeze the action. The shutter speed basically affects, if I can use the analogy, it's how fast the camera blinks. So a slow shutter speed means that the eyelid is going to remain open for much longer, so much more of the action, much more time elapses before it finishes capturing the image. So that's how that results in more motion blur. When you use a fast shutter speed, it opens and closes very fast, so it freezes that moment in time. So that's what you want to do when you want to freeze something that's freeze a subject that's moving very quickly. Alternatively, if you choose a slow shutter speed, you're going to get motion blur. That can create some really funky effects. That can be what you're looking for. If you choose an extremely slow shutter speed and set your camera up on a tripod, then you're going to get that time-lapse motion blur effect where you may have seen this before, the effect that happens when you set a really slow shutter speed over the course of many seconds when shooting a highway at night. You get that effect of every car that passes, the headlights streak along, so you get those light streaks along the road. That's what you're going to get from that. Plus, a slower shutter speed means more light's going to come in, so you can get more light coming into your photo. So what I want to see from this week's submissions is choosing your shutter speed appropriately. Either do one of the two of the following. Either choose a slow shutter speed intentionally to get a motion blur effect. So it could be something intentionally blurred that creates this really cool effect. Use that motion blur to your advantage in your shots. Or do the opposite. Find something that has some action to it. It could be a kid playing in some water with the water droplets splashing around. Freeze that moment in time. It could be head to a sports game and try to take some sports shots. Try to take pictures of car racing along the road, or if you try to take a picture of an animal, they're always moving a mile a minute. Insects, that sort of thing. Freeze it in time. So use that to your advantage. That's what I want to see. Either use that fast shutter speed and freeze a moment in time, or a slow shutter speed and blur the heck out of it. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Be sure to head on over to the website, click on SGPhoto, submit your photos, and any tips that you come up with during the week, be sure to use the hashtag SGPhoto. I'll be watching it so I can answer any questions you have. I'd love to see your progress. Anyways, that's it. Nick Montgomery from SGPhoto. See you next time. Ah, shit, I wasn't rolling.